Yes.
First is GB Cus. Respected Secretary, DRPG and Director General, National Center for Good Governance, Shri V. Srinivas Ji, all esteemed senior officers and of the central and state governments, most valued district collectors and district magistrates, our eminent speakers, and my dear colleagues who are present here. We welcome you to the 21st webinar under the theme Innovation States of the National Good Governance Webinar Series. I would now request Shri V. Srinivas Ji, Secretary, Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, and Director General, Department of Pension and National Center for Good Governance, to kindly give the welcome address. Second speaker.
So, very good morning to all colleagues. Let me welcome our two speakers, Dr. M. Venkatesh and Srimati Abhilasha Kumari Sharma. Mr. Venkatesh is an officer from Karnataka cadre and has held the post of District Collector and District Magistrate, Chikkaballapur District. And he was also one of in the leadership team which formulated Sakala and made it as one of the Jivika. She would be speaking to us on Jivika, the Didi Ki Rasoi initiative of Government of Bihar. The National Good Governance Webinar Series, now in its third year, has so far completed 20 webinars have been held and 40 best practices have been presented. It is Government of India's initiative for replication of good governance practices across India, and these have been highly popular, and more than 700 to 1,000 officials participate in each webinar. Most of the district collectors and districts of India participate, in addition to state governments, as also several attached, subordinate and autonomous bodies of Government of India. So we look forward to listening to both these outstanding initiatives that have been shortlisted for today's webinar. So I'll request Dr. Venkatesh to kindly make the first presentation, please.
Good afternoon, sir. Is the PPT visible?
Yes, we can see it. Please continue.
Very good afternoon to all. Respected chairperson and all the distinguished officers who are present in this today's webinar. I will be giving a brief presentation on LRI for scientific soil and water conservation and sustainable farming. The most important basic natural resource that determines the ultimate sustainability of any agriculture system is the soil. Soil is a living, breathing ecosystem. It contains billions and billions of bacteria. It has several physical parameters and the fertility parameters. This soil has to be nurtured, protected, and treated scientifically as a living entity for its sustainable use. Why LRI? So this picture gives a complete detail why LRI is required. So one can see mango tree. During the early stage, there is profuse flowering is there. But during the fruit setting stage, there is a massive flower drop. So why this massive flower drop? Upon soil analysis, it is found that this particular soil is deficient in boron, and the LRI of this micro watershed has shown that 92% of this area covering 500 hectares is deficient in boron. If the farmer has supplemented boron in time, he would not have suffered loss in terms of money as well as his sweat. Similarly, you can see in this picture, the farmer has planted coconut trees. After 3 to 4 years, the coconut trees, they have started dying and there is stunting of the growth. The reason for this is this particular soil is alkaline in nature, and if it's not treated, it causes stunting of majority of the horticultural crops. If the farmer has given a particular intervention in the form of treating with gypsum and other measures, the farmer would not have suffered any loss. So what is LRI? LRI is the scientific study of soil, water and related resources at the field level. It gives complete information in terms of physical and chemical characteristics, the nutrient status, suitability of crops, and the soil and water treatment that are required. The physical parameters like the soil depth, soil texture, soil gravelness, color, slope, erosion, etc. will be assessed. And fertility parameters like organic carbon, electrical conductivity, pH, macronutrients, secondary nutrients, and micronutrients, the contents of the in the soil will be assessed. The difference between the LRI and the soil testing is, in the soil testing, only the top layer of the soil is taken. But in the LRI, the soil profile is taken up to 2 meters depth. So LRI gives a diagnostic report of the particular parcel of land. So LRI, in brief, it provides site-specific information that is required for planning land-based activities. So these are the steps in establishing LRI. First, the maps are taken from the state remote sensing agency. So these land use maps, they are superimposed on cadastral maps to prepare base maps. So using these base maps, the scientists and the officers, they go to the field survey, they traverse the area physically, and soil profiling is done based on the soil characteristics. So up to 2 meter depth or up to the parent material, the soil is extracted, and this is subjected for lab analysis. So in the lab analysis, about 12 to 16 various parameters are analyzed, and based on the report, soils with similar characteristic features that needs similar kind of treatment are grouped into management units. Then this information is combined with the hydrology data, and along with the APMC prices and the meteorological data, the information is generated in the form of thematic maps. So about 54 different thematic maps can be generated. So one such map is the thematic map on the soil depth. Here the pink color indicates about 25% of the area is very shallow. That means it is a superficial soil where in the deeper part the rocky component is there. The green color, about 16% of the area is a deep soil, and it is suitable for growing horticulture and perennial forest species. So similarly, we can generate thematic maps on available water capacity. Soils with high available water capacity, they give good crop yields, while soils with less water available capacity, they need to be irrigated with water, and also we need to go for proper irrigation plan. So this is an important slide this is a thematic map on an organic carbon status. So soil organic carbon is very important for the survivability of the soil and for the survivability of the crops. One can see about 6% of the area, that is which is in brown color, is highly deficient in organic carbon, that is less than 0.5%, while 73%, that is yellow color, is moderately deficient in organic carbon, while green color is sufficient in organic carbon. So based on the organic carbon, the agricultural output is also determined. Hence, this thematic map helps the farmer and the planners to go for proper interventions. Similarly, this is an important slide that gives about the information on limitation of the soil. Here, farmer has planted many horticultural crops like coconut and areca palms. But since the soil is in alkaline nature, both the crops, there is stunting and drying of the crops. So if the farmer has taken appropriate remedial measures before going for such plantations, you would have saved both money, time, and his labor. So this is an important slide which is going to increase the income of farmers. So here, crop suitability and land suitability is determined. So the suitability is given in terms of S1, that is highly suitable, S2 moderately suitable, and S3 not suitable. For example, this green color indicates about 16% of the area in Chamarajanagar district. This particular micro watershed area, about 78 hectares of the area, is highly suitable for growing banana, because the soil is made for growing banana and it is rich in nutrients, while 12% is moderately suitable, and the brown color and the light purple color is not suitable for growing banana. So a farmer will have a choice to grow which crop in his parcel of land. Similarly, for taking up soil and water conservation activities, this thematic map is very useful. We know that micro watershed comprising of 500 hectares is a hydrogeological unit where whatever rains that falls flows through a different channels and comes out through a common outlet. In this micro watershed, the soil and water conservation measures are different for the upper ridge and the middle ridge and the lower ridge. So this LRI study helps to take up scientifically what type of interventions to be taken up in the upper ridge and what type of interventions in the middle ridge and what type of interventions in the lower ridge. Generally, in the watershed management, what happens? The structures like the farm ponds, the nala burns, the check dams will be constructed based on the felt needs of the people. That is not correct. These constructions has to happen based on the water budgeting. It is based on the runoff, the requirement of the water for the domestic purposes, agricultural purposes. So this LRI is going to be a game changer in terms of planning water budgeting. So this LRI card, so land resource inventory card is one of the important feature of our project, where the farmers have been distributed LRI card parcel wise at the village level and at the micro watershed level through our university partners and our officers. This particular LRI card is from Gundlupete Taluk in Chamarajanagar district, from southern part of Karnataka. This LRI card gives information about the health of the soil in terms of which crop is suitable, in terms of through S1, S2 and S3, and the treatment that are required, the type of fertilizers that has to be applied, and which crops are not suitable. About 12 micro and macronutrient status is also incorporated in this LRI card. So this LRI card, in brief, it says that this particular soil is a deep soil, sandy clay in type with minimum soil erosion. It is deficient in organic carbon, nitrogen, boron, moderately deficient in sulfur and phosphorus, sufficient in potassium, zinc, iron, manganese, and copper. This soil is highly suitable for growing maize, green gram, cauliflower, sunflower, chilies, ragi, mango, guava, lemon, custard, onion, sapota, brinjal, and moderately suitable for cotton, coconut, mulberry, and less suitable for groundnut, and turmeric. So based on these suggestions, the farmer can take appropriate measures. And for taking up soil and water conservation, this LRI card suggests that trench cum bunds is very useful for conserving the soil water. So another important step that we have taken is the integration of LRI, land resource inventory information, along with the RTCs. There are about more than 1 crore RTCs are there in Karnataka state. And now the government has taken a step ahead to integrate this LRI information on the backside of the RTC, wherein the LRI information is available to the farmer at the tip of the finger. And also another extended arm of LRI is providing dynamic agro advisories to the farmers. So LRI based agro advisories are disseminated to farmers in 20 districts. Crop specific advisories for 27 field crops and 21 horticultural crops are disseminated through WhatsApp and SMS messages. And weekly, about 66 agro advisories are disseminated to the farmers twice. The agro advisories are in the form of the time of land preparation, the time of sowing of different crops, weed management, type of irrigation schedule that is required, disease prediction management, and the type of fertilizers that needs to be applied during the basal dose and during the top-up dose. So this is a LRI card distribution and interpretation to the farmers. In fact, this LRI is a community-based program where the watershed activities or watershed committee at the village level proactively involved in disseminating the information. So LRI, in brief, is a diagnostic report. It is like MRI scan of particular parcel of a land. It is a diagnostic report for the farmers, for the planners, policymakers. It gives comprehensive scientific information about a parcel of land. So the farmer will have a choice now which crop he can select. He can grow banana if it is highly suitable. He can grow coconut if it is highly suitable. He can grow for dragon fruit if it is highly suitable. It also helps to evolve location-specific soil and water conservation plans. Generally, government through various programs, they spend huge money on construction of check dams, farm ponds, etc. But this construction is not based on the scientific analysis. It is based on the felt needs. So this is going to save money in terms of location of the place and restricting the number of conservation points in the micro watershed. So this LRI helps in developing package of practices. For example, if the farmer wants to go for greenhouse cultivation, it also provides what type of packages the farmer can adopt. It helps in efficient use of agricultural inputs and reduces the cost of cultivation, thereby reducing the cost for the farmers. It helps in crop diversification. Particularly, it helps the farmer to go for perennial horticultural crops, and based on that, he can also go for livestock. It helps in restoring the health of physically and chemically degraded lands and soils through appropriate treatments. It secures the better livelihood for dependent of the soil and helps in doubling of the farmer's income also, and helps in promoting the IFS. And more than all, it helps in precision farming, where within a confined unit, the farmer can earn more revenue. So one of the hallmark of LRI is development of a digital portal, digital library, mobile application, and the decision support system. So along with the watershed department, 14 partners, they worked very intensively for generating this LRI portal. The various institutes like Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, National Bureau of Soil Science and Land Use Pattern, Bangalore, Karnataka State Remote Sensing Agency, KSNMDC, and various university partners across the state, and also NRSC Hyderabad, they actively participated in generating this LRI. And the data from these 40 partners covering both the spatial and the non-spatial data is integrated and to form a digital portal. So in the portal, this is the portal. The web link is sujala3lri.karnataka.gov.in. Within the portal, there are definite algorithms and workflow is defined. Specific questions raised can generate output in the form of thematic maps and the 9 decision support systems. The 9 decision support systems have emerged as a game changer for the farmers, for the planners, and the policymakers. The decision support system like the crop suitability, the nutrient advice, the water budgeting, etc., they have helped farmers in decreasing the input cost and increasing the output of agriculture. And this is a public link, and this is available to everyone. Anybody can access. In addition to the land resource inventory, the farmer will get information on the weather forecast for the last 3 days and also the APMC prices. So because of application of science in watershed development, Karnataka Watershed Department is identified as lighthouse partner by the World Bank in promoting the land resource inventory. And based on the experience of Karnataka, the Department of Land Resource, Government of India has mandated that 10% of the area to be treated on LRI under Pradhana Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana Watershed Component 2.0. And the World Bank has launched a reward program from 2021 onwards, covering 19 lakh hectare across the 20 districts. And based on the experience of reward program, Government of India is planning for launching PM-KSY 3.0. So to upscale and spread the LRI technology in the country, the Center for Excellence on Watershed is developed at University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore, and several officers from Odisha and from different states of India and Union Territories are given a certified training on LRI. In future, it is planned to impact to train the officers from the sub-Saharan countries, as this is going to assure a long-term food security. So these are the various LRI-based activities that are taken at the field level. You can see the trench cum bunds taken up in Gadag district, and also there are construction of nala bunds, check dams, and water and farm ponds. So another important feature of LRI is introduction of exotic fruits. So in the cosmopolitan market of Bangalore, Hyderabad, and other metropolitan cities, there is a huge demand for exotic fruits. So the many farmers, they are encouraged to get into this type of cultivation. So LRI also provides information about whether this particular parcel of land, whether the survey number of that particular farmer is suitable for growing such exotic crops. So based on the LRI input, we have gone for planting and cultivating dragon fruit. So many wastelands have been transformed into forest based on the LRI. You can see this is a dry barren land. So this is transformed into a Amrutavana by planting trees. So even Amrut Sarovars, they were constructed based on the inputs from the LRI. In fact, as per the Government of India, Jal Shakti Abhiyan, several thousands of Amrut Sarovars were constructed in the lower ridge of the watershed, and the national flag was hoisted on the Independence Day. So this is an example of a farmer who has adopted the LRI and has made his life very meaningful. And the cabinet minister visited his field in Tumkur district, and this farmer name is Chanakeshiva, but he's called Chanakya by the farmer. This farmer owns about 3 hectares of lands, and based on the LRI recommendations, he has planted many trees like coconut, areca, mango, chiku, water apple, butterfruit, papaya, guava. And because of this integrated farming system, this farmer is earning about 26 lakhs per year. So this is an Alaband which is constructed in the lower edge of the watershed where the water is harvested during this monsoon. So LRI for a sustainable agriculture, a case study has been done by National Bureau of Soil Science and land use pattern scientists. They've analyzed the impact of LRI on the input cost, on soil health and the watershed cycle. So the first blue color bar chart indicates the requirement of NPK without LRI, while the red color indicates the requirement of NPK with the application of LRI. So based on this study, it was estimated that 38% reduction in the fertilizer cost in Vijaypura Taluk by adopting LRI recommendations for nutrient management. So this LRI portal and the LRI has reduced the cost of DPR preparation for watershed management. Now the DPR can be prepared with just a click of a button on the portal. So before the scientists, the officers has to go to the field, they used to take several months, in fact several years to prepare the DPR. And through this, the watershed cycle is reduced from 5 to 7 years to 3 to 4 years. So POS and LRI integration will gradually result in reduction of estimated subsidy. This is going to be a win-win situation both for the state and for the nation and for the farmers. So these are the short-term benefits and the long-term benefits. The short-term benefits like reduction in the subsidy cost, reduced cost of cultivation, increase in crop productivity, diversification of crops through selection of suitable crops, and increase area and horticulture. They are all aimed at increasing the income of farmers through increased productivity and reducing the input cost. While the long-term benefits are very critical as it helps in regeneration of the soil health and increase in the groundwater, increase in the biomass production, decrease in the siltation of big reservoirs, and creates a sustainable ecosystem, and it prevents the desertification of the land. So these are the long-term benefits of LRI. So World Bank, LRI, and Karnataka. So Karnataka state is designated as lighthouse partner to other states under the reward program, that is a rejuvenating watershed for agriculture resilience through innovative projects. A national level center for excellence and watershed management is established here, and training is given to most of the officers across India, and availability of soil moisture and hydrology parameter and temporal and spatial level helps in precision farming. So LRI portal is very crucial for program convergence. LRI portal facilitates the development of one area, one plan at village level in terms of crop selection, crop management, nutrient advice, conservation needs, crop water management, weather information, and market information. So it provides a basket of options to the farmers where every expertise can be linked, and various departments of the state government can make use of this LRI, and in future this is expected to form the template for convergence of all the programs by the line departments at the village level. So now I will play a brief video on this.
The health of soil, water, vegetation, and ecosystem services of the country are severely impacted by various forms of degradation witnessed in both rain-fed and irrigated areas. Due to this, about 96 million hectares is severely affected by erosion. Salinity has become a serious problem in the command and arid areas. Deficiency of nutrients is widespread. Groundwater has become critical and declining productivity observed in majority of the crops. The situation is aggravated further by climate change, which has emerged as the main driver of land degradation. Realizing the gravity of the situation, various schemes have been taken with huge budgetary allocations. Even with all these interventions, there is no perceptible improvement at the field level. This is due to mismatch between the plans executed and the requirements thanks to the World Bank supported Sujala 3 project. The importance of site specific information pertaining to the nature and extent of variability in soil, water availability, topography, land use, etc. in developing farm specific interventions have been demonstrated in about 14 lakh hectares in Karnataka. This was achieved through land resource inventory and hydrological investigations at cadastral level by using high-resolution imagery, cadastral maps, and state-of-art mapping techniques, generating thematic maps, and developing digital library, LRI portal, mobile applications, decision support system, and advisories. The Sujala approach has brought in a paradigm shift in watershed management and helped the state to take up site-specific soil and water conservation, selection of suitable crops based on their suitability, nutrient management as per the crop requirement, water harvesting as per excess runoff, and allocation of water based on present and future demands. Appreciating the impact of Sujala 3 on watershed management and to upscale the best practices to other states, rejuvenating watersheds for agricultural resilience through innovative development program known as Revolt is taken up in Karnataka and Odisha with the support of the World Bank. Revolt promotes a life cycle approach to watershed management to demonstrate the importance of LRI and hydrology, thematic maps, and DSS in planning interventions, and the role of portal in the automated preparation of DPR. This has reduced the watershed cycle to 3 to 4 years from 7 years earlier. Further, the availability of all spatial and non-spatial database, thematic outputs, and expert systems on a single unified platform like the LRI portal facilitate the development of one area, one plan at the watershed or village level in the country. This is expected to form the future template for convergence of all programs by line departments at the watershed or village level. The outcome of the Revolt and establishment of Center of Excellence on Watersheds and to come up with appropriate protocols for science-based watershed management in the country under PM KSY.
So in a nutshell, I would like to brief LRI has emerged as a successful, replicable, scalable, and a science-driven, participatory, rain-fed watershed management model for the benefit of the farmers, economy, and the nation. Thank you. I extend my sincere thanks to our Secretary, the DARPG, for giving me an opportunity to present this case. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Venkatesh. That was a good presentation. Please stay in the web room for the Q&A session. I'll now invite Srimati Abhilasha Kumari Sharma, the additional CEO of Jivika Didi Ki Rasoi, to make a presentation on community canteen chain and government hospitals and resident schools across Bihar. Srimati Abhilasha ji, please.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon all the participants today in this webinar. I will be presenting on Didi Ki Rasoi initiative by Jivika. Jivika Didi Ki Rasoi is a professionally managed chain of canteens which is owned and managed by Jivika Self-Help Group Women. Through this initiative, SHG women are today empowered not only in providing local food demands, but they have also stepped into the realm of entrepreneurship. By owning and managing their ventures, these women transform from beneficiaries to business leaders, fostering economic independence and sustainable community development. The conceptualization of Didi Ki Rasoi started with a challenge which was being faced in the health sector as there were issues in providing quality and hygienic food to indoor patients in hospitals. After these issues, the health department approached Jivika, and together we thought how to capitalize the social capital which is there with the Didis, and how can they act in providing service in delivering quality and hygienic food to the patients. So seeing our skill set, as most of the women in households, they already have this skill set of cooking. We identified those women, those who were having the skill set and had that entrepreneur skill. And we started the initiative in 2018 by piloting the Didi Ki Rasoi in District Hospital, Hajipur, Vaisali. And then the journey started from 2018 onwards. After 2018, in 2022 to 2023, we had convergence with the health department, and we had an MOU, and we opened number of hospitals, Didi Ki Rasoi, number of hospitals like subdivisional hospitals, district hospitals, in fact, the medical colleges and hospitals. This is the same period where the COVID struck us, and at that time, these women were providing quality foods, not only in these hospitals, but also to the quarantine centers, which was a remarkable feat. As we further expanded, we had an MOU with the SC/ST Welfare Department, and today we are providing food in the residential hostels, 87 residential hostels. And apart from there are a number of institutions like Home Department, Registry Office, banks, secretariats, administrative training agencies, where the food is provided in the form of canteen by Jivika Didis. In 23-24, this 24 election, General Assembly election, we also piloted in catering services, and we provided food to the election personnel. Now I will talk about how this model is running. Through Didi Ki Rasoi, our aim is to provide healthy, home-cooked menus and maintain strict hygiene protocols and provide delicious and nourishing meals. So we capitalize here the network of SHG groups. There is effective convergence with the government departments, and we leverage also the fund which is provided to the CLFs through NRLM, NRETP projects, and earlier there was World Bank projects. Through this, the model has been created. The entire Didi Ki Rasoi is owned by our community level federation. They own these initiatives. They make, first of all, a business plan where there is an opportunity, and among them, they identify 10 to 15 women entrepreneurs, those who want to delve in opening this unit and want to do the operations. After there is identification of the Didi entrepreneurs, that after their selection, there is a proper training mechanism. These women already have a skill in cooking, but there are a number of jobs which has to be done here apart from the cooking, like managing the entire operations of the mess, accounting, cleaning. So for this, entire proper training is scheduled and the work division is done. After the selection and the hiring of this staff, there is proper registration and certification which is required for opening such units. There is account opening, and there is fund transfer for running of this rasoi by the CLFs. Apart from this, the entire procurement process is also done by the community by the proper guideline of the community procurement. There is a proper SOP for the entire operations, right from the setting up, financial management, procurement, monitoring, record keeping, accounts, and even the audit mechanisms. All these operations are seen and monitored by our community-based organization. For their hand-holding, there is a proper MIS tool, and there is a digital platform which sees the end-to-end operations, and it also helps them in monitoring day-to-day their operations and the supply chain management. The payment is also done in digital mode. There is computerized billing systems, ERPs, and other digital modes for this payment. The income which is generated from this canteen is used for the operational expenses, and a part is also kept for future expenses and meeting the needs of the expansion of the present units. Apart from this, the CLF has a corpus fund from the money which they are loaning to these units, and they are able to go forward for the expansion of more units, or if they want to delve into the other initiatives, and apart from that, in other entrepreneurs initiative which they want to undertake. Apart from this, we are ensuring the back-end linkage by ensuring proper convergence with the other Jivika units. We know what are the requirements of the mess that is properly put up in our dashboards and the MIS systems, which is of the requirement, which is weekly, which is monthly. And based on that, a proper tagging of our units are done, which is done by the theme, farm theme, livestock theme, and non-farm theme, where they tag the producer groups, our PCs, and our rural retail marts about the requirement, and likewise a proper supply chain management is ensured. In this supply chain management, we also take the help of the other government sponsored schemes which are there for the enterprise development as well as the PGs and PCs promotion. And depending on that, we ensure a work plan and we ensure effective monitoring and effective transition of these work plans. Now, today, we are providing services in government hospitals and medical colleges. We are providing in 87 SC/ST residential schools. We are also providing canteen services in Bhimhans, Koilwa, which is the Institute for the Mental Health. We are providing services in banks like SBIs and other branches. We are providing canteen services to the police headquarters, registry office, and other institutions, as well as we have provided the services during election duty to all the personnel. The innovation which we are carrying out is to ensure that entire work is properly digitized, and we are also now moving towards how we can use AI and machine learning in making this initiative more helpful, which will help us in proper planning and proper execution. We are also working on a chatbot who will be answering the queries which will be raised by the women, those who are working there, and for the other stakeholders. There's a proper central process monitoring system, which is a comprehensive integrated system for capturing the transactions and also producing the reports. As I had already said, that there are proper digital payment processes. There is a proper SOP for entire business plan development, accounting, procurement process, and all the other initiatives. And there is a proper convergence with the different themes also, and number of government schemes which are being undertaken under the aegis of NRLM and the state SRLMs. This is the dashboard which we are having, and there is a proper ERP solutions which is running in the background. And through this, we are able to understand what is the outcome. We are also able to see the turnover, the profit, and all the other requirement which is there of a particular unit. The login is also provided to the CLFs also, so that the CLF can monitor, and there is a proper theme which is supporting them in the non-farm, the entire initiatives from Jivika. For the sustainability, we use the strong based, which is the community institutions. We engage the community-based organization in entire mobilization, identification of potential entrepreneurs, fund routing, and monitoring. A proper operational framework is there in place, and these community institutions have helped in providing proper governance, transparency, and also have addressed a number of technical issues. They have also ensured that the proper healthy meal is provided, either it is the patients or it is the students, which were earlier they were having issues in the supplier which they had gone for the tender. So this provided them an opportunity and also a community ownership of service which was inculcated in the community. Next is the replicability. Since there is a standard operating procedures for food service, cleaning, human resource planning, ISO certification, governance, and business plan model, it has become an easier to replicate. And where we started in 2018 with just one unit on a pilot basis, today, this last month, we have crossed 200 units. This is the scalability. So I've already discussed. Then in the scalability, we have already crossed this 200 marks, and we are planning how to take forward in 2025. By the end of 2025, we are able to increase the unit operation till 300 units. And apart from this, we are also now working on the cloud kitchen concept, and we are also working in the catering sector, how we can delve into this sector and we can provide a sustainable model there itself. The impact which has been intended to the beneficiary is that it has promoted 3,000 rural women as entrepreneurs. Apart from this, there has been enhanced annual income with a tune of rupees 1.2 lakh each. This is a major help and a boost in our Lakpati Didi initiative, where number of Didis which have taken the entrepreneurship in this, and they are profitable units, and they are entering into the Lakpati foothold. The business turnover today is more than rupees 93 crores. We are ensuring the nutritious, hygienic food, and we have been able, through the community initiative, we have been able to curb the malpractices through the increased community involvement, the digital solution, and the transparency resulting in the reduction of government expenditures and pilferage. This has also empowered our Jivika Didis by enhancing their livelihood opportunities, steady source of income, self-reliance, and the community solidarity. Today, we have achieved a number of milestones to say. We have already crossed 200 Jivika Didi Ki Rasois. There are more than 3,000 women, more than 151 community level institutions which are engaged in these initiatives. Every day, we are providing more than 23,400 plus meals in the hospitals and more than 1 lakh meals in the in the hostels and other initiatives. There are more than 35,000 students we are serving daily. We have earned a revenue of more than 93 crores, and there is a net profit of more than 10 crores. The average Didi's annual income has increased to more than 1.2 lakh annum. This I am sharing a small testimony of success. There was a Savitri Didi who was from a very poor family in Batsapur village in Sekpura Sadar block of Sekpura district, Bihar. Her life was full of miseries, and it was very hard to believe that she was living in a redundant toilet. But after she came in our fold and she had that cooking skill, and we connected them with us other schemes. There is a Satat Jivika Uparjan Yojana scheme, which is an ultra poor scheme which is run by the government of Bihar. And then she was brought in the fold, she was trained. Now she is working as a helper in Didi Ki Rasoi, which is a canteen in the Sadar hospital. And she is now today earning more than 10,000 rupees the monthly salary. There are a number of success stories through this, and this has shown how a skill set which is so common among the women or is expected, they can use this skill set and can turn this into earning their income and can ensure a more financial stability for them and their family. This is just through social media snaps which we have shared. This is the H.N. Burnett. He had come. He's an American celebrity chef and a YouTuber influence. He had visited Bihar, this Didi Ki Rasois, and in 2 Rasois, he had interacted with the Didis and he had cooked samosas and rotis, and he had appreciated this initiative. And when he went back, he showed to Bill Gates how he learned to make rotis from these Didis. So it was a lot of boost for the team here and our Didis, those who have now turned into entrepreneurs, and they are moving forward in these skills. I want to thank Secretary Sir and DRPG for giving me an opportunity to present this initiative in this forum. And I want to end with this quote, that women, whether subtly or vociferously, have always been a tremendous power in the destiny of the world. Eleanor Roosevelt. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abhilashaji. That was quite interesting. So let me open the floor for discussion. We have more than 470 district officers in the web room. Any questions from anybody, please? I can see Kondagaon in the web room. Meghalaya, anything from Nongpo? Palodi is also a collectorate now. Any questions from any collectorates? Any questions, please? We also have several state AR secretaries in the web room. Anything from any of the states? Okay, I have 2 questions. One is for Venkatesh. Please tell me, there have been over the years a lot of experimentation with watershed development programs, and replication has been quite beneficial across the board. What has been seen is that with the interventions in terms of soil health cards or in terms of check dams, then low-cost bunding, the impact is quite high. How many farmers have benefited in Devangiri district, And you've given one example of Channakesava. How many have actually benefited, and how has the replication to other districts, how successful has it been? And is there any outcome indicator document that is being monitored? I have one question for Abhilasha also. And what are now that this has witnessed a large scale replication, what is the supervisory structure of Jivika? Is government managing all the Jivika canteens, or is it now, are we in partial ownership? And the second is, what happens after? How do you select cooks, and what is the qualification criteria? And what are the outcome indicators you've given in terms of financial indicators? In terms of health indicators, how are for example, you're supplying into so many hospitals, largely ketogenic diets should be there. There must be specified diets that are cooked. So are there any monitorable parameters that you have set up with hospitals also? Because every hospital, large hospitals, have department of dietetics and food. Nutrition and dietetics is a very specialized subject with many hospitals. So please explain these aspects, and how much is government's involvement with Jivika? Is there any subsidy that is going into this scheme? So Venkatesh, you can go first.
Sir, this LRI is implemented all across the state and also in Davangere district, sir. So all across the state, initially it was taken up for 14 lakh hectares, and seeing the good results, it is extended to cover another 19 lakh hectares. With respect to Davangere district, about 50,000 hectares is already covered under LRI, benefiting about 40,000 farmers, sir. And more than 40,000 farmers, they are getting dynamic information in terms of agro advisories, and they are using the package of practices. And in reference to replicability, so taking a clue from Karnataka state, even Orissa state has adopted LRI from World Bank assisted projects, sir. And since 20 districts in Karnataka, they are covered under reward. More than 15 districts across Orissa, they are covered. And in fact, Government of India, DYLR, has identified its replicability and has incorporated this land resource inventory as a must for 10% of the projects while implementing PMKSY 20, sir.
Thank you. Abhilasha, you can respond, please.
Yes. Sir, in this model, we have a proper monetary mechanism. In Jivika, sir, there is a project management unit, and there is a theme. There is a under non-farm theme. There is a layer which is a project management unit which we are having here, and we are also having experts, those who are from the background of hotel management, and in this hospitality sector. So this management unit here, they work together, and in the same corresponding manner in districts we are having district project coordination units. With them in close coordination, the non-farm theme which is there in that vertical, they work, and below that there is a project implementation unit, and below this there is the CLF unit, which is our community cadres, those who work here in this entire unit. There are experts from the hospitality sectors, those who handhold, and they help them in the proper training. We ensure these trainings in a number of institutes which are in hospitality sectors, like there is an IHM Vaisali, where we ensure a number of regular trainings. Apart from this, there are refresher training also. In the sharing model, where there is a Didi Ki Rasoi, whatever they are earning, there has been a parameters ki what type of unit is there. Like if there is a big district hospitals, the operation is at a higher level. If there is a district hospital, the operation will be in the mid range, and there are lower subdivision. Based on that, there is a proper SOP kit at what range, what type of professionals are required, who will be doing the hand holding part, who will be there, the persons, and what are their deliverables. In the health, sir, in the health which sir was asking, it is right that there are clear meals which has to be provided. It is not just like a mess. There is a different altogether different team. So we have a project in our project management unit. We have a convergence unit with this department, with the health department, and there is a regular meeting with the health department person. And where there is a hospital, our team, who is a management unit, they work in close coordination with the superintendent in these hospitals, and as per the menu which is provided, they are trained, they are taught, and all the hygiene and all the protocols which they have to manage, that all in that also SOPs they are trained, and as per that guideline they provide the meal as per the training protocol, as per the hygiene management. And sir, I will like to share that apart from this sir mess, we are also working in providing sir cleaning services and the laundry services also in these hospitals and SC/ST residential hostels. So there is a proper team both from the Jivika and the department with which we are having the MOU, and in close coordination with the entire structure we operate, seeing the demands of the MOU. And in that MOU it is highlighted what are the deliverables, like in the schools when we are going for the hostels, there is a time period in which the food has to be served. There is a breakfast, and there are number of students, because in one go like 400-500 students in the hostels they have to eat. Their menu, their diet chart is completely different from that of the hospitals. So the unit, in our unit which is working with the SC/ST hostels and the departments, they are a separate unit. They work together in the tandem. They see what are the requirements, what are the levels, and we have the proper monitoring mechanism through the MIS, through the apps. Both of them, there are monitoring tools. They will be putting the principal of that schools and our canteen managers there. They will be both, they will be putting the things, what are the deliverables today, and there will be a cross check whether those deliverables were met or not. And based on that, at the end of the month, a proper bill is generated, and depending on their feedback and this bill generation, the payment is ensured. Sir, as per the project funding, it was asked by few in questionnaire also. It started with the World Bank project. It was the BTTP project. Through that it started, and it started by giving an amount of 12 lakh to starting a unit. Gradually it started moving forward, and there was also profit. After ensuring that profitability, since in the CLF there might be 2-3 units also, seeing the CLF unit which was already they were having, and they were already having the corpus fund due to loaning and interloaning which they are already into, and there are CLFs which are having more than crore funds in that. So after this BTTP project closed, we are sustaining it through this model. Through this money they are giving in the loan in 12% interest rate they are giving to these units, and they're also managing the entire operations of this unit. We are also taking forward this project as a special project in NRLM, which we have submitted the proposal. And second BDTP project, we are in talks with the World Bank for the second for the next project which we are going. So sir, there we will be again moving forward how we can increase the numbers as well as the scale of this implementation. So sir, right now we are having this mechanism, and depending on the requirement of the MOUs, we prepare the proper deliverables and in MIS as well as in the app, and through that sir we monitor. And here we are having a proper dashboard through which we monitor the scale of operations, the profit, and if something is coming that this unit is not acting in a profitable manner. Generally sir, most of these units are sir, profitable. There might be few incidents that there are a small subdivision hospitals where the profitability is not high because there are less indoor patients. So in those areas also we work how we can also, we have opened the counters so that apart from the patients, the people, those who are accompanying them, their attendants, they are also provided food, and that has increased the profitability of these units, or the sale across the counters too. So sir, in this way sir, we are working in the Didi Ki Rasoi sir.
ठीक है. Thank you. I think
Thank you,
Punjab
sir.
Acro had an observation. Please take note, and you can reach out directly for replication in Punjab on Jivika from the CEO of Jivika. I think the query
Sir,
of HIPAA is also been answered in terms of how much is the initial amount received. That is 12 lakh rupees they have received. So I'll ask Srimati Priska Matthew to extend the vote of thanks, please.
Thank you, sir. It is indeed my privilege to propose the vote of thanks at the 21st webinar of the National Good Governance webinar series on the theme Innovation State. I express my gratitude and thank our Secretary, DRPG and DG NCGG, Shri V. Srinivas ji, for his kind presence today. I also thank him for his constant guidance and encouragement, which has enabled the department in sharing best practices and award-winning initiatives in the 21 National Good Governance webinars conducted so far. We are grateful and thank our Joint Secretary, Shri Puneet Yadav ji, for his kind presence and support in conducting of the webinar. We also thank our Joint Secretary, Ms. Jaya Dubey ma'am, for being with us today. I express my sincere thanks to Dr. M. V. Venkatesh, Deputy Commissioner and District Magistrates, Devangari District, Karnataka, for showcasing the land resource inventory for scientific soil, water conservation, and sustainable farming initiative implemented in Karnataka. It is indeed encouraging to hear that the initiative has benefited the farmers in diversification of crops through sustainable crop selection with judicious use of fertilizers. And the government of Karnataka, as a lighthouse partner, is training officials from 29 states and UTs on LRI technology for promoting replication of the initiative in the country. My sincere thanks to Ms. Abhilasha Sharma, Additional CEO Jivika, Rural Development Department, Government of Bihar, for presenting the Jivika Didi Ki Rasoi initiative being implemented in Bihar. It is heartening to see that Jivika operates in over 44,000 villages across 38 districts of Bihar and provides livelihood for rural women, empowering and making them self-reliant. I extend my heartfelt thanks to one and all who have taken time off their busy schedules to be present here. A special thanks to all my colleagues in DRPG, especially Shri Rohit Anand ji, Director, and Shri Rajshekhan ji, Under Secretary, and my colleagues Dr. Himanshi Rastogi, Associate Professor, and Shri Rajat Bhatnagar and Megha Thomar, young professionals in National Center for Good Governance, who have been instrumental for organizing this webinar series. Thank you all and namaskar.
Thank you very much. We conclude this webinar now. Band karo.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you.